Hi there, thank you so much for being here. I want to share with you ways to find joy. Let's jump right in. I've got a bunch of notes, so if I'm looking at those, I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything because these are fantastic ideas for ways to incorporate joy into your life. The first, physical activity. If you don't already have an exercise practice, this is an easy way to add a lot of joy into your life. And you can decide what you do and think about the things that might bring you the most joy. If this sounds daunting, I would suggest that you go into it with the mindset that if you are committing to doing something consistently, it will get easier and be even more joyful every time you do it. My personal favorite is running. I like to say or remind people that I run really slow. As long as my feet are moving and I'm going forward, I feel great and I love it. It's an amazing way to meditate if you have an active brain like mine. And I get so much from it. I cannot imagine myself not being someone who runs. And I'm very blessed to be able to do that. So I hope that you're able to find something that you enjoy doing as much as that. I read something that exercise is like a bubble bath for your brain's neurotransmitters, in that the effects can linger long after the exercise is over. So think about that and how good it is for you. I don't have to go into it all. I'm sure that you've heard, but exercise and physical activity can do so much for all parts of your body, including your mental state. So the next is something that's very important in terms of living in the best world that we can, and that is service to others. Giving and receiving of love, of support, of care is one of the easiest ways and coolest ways in my mind to experience joy, because you're giving joy to the receiver. You're getting joy from the receiver from being able to do that. And it is just such an important part of our community, so that I hope that you're able to find ways to serve others. It can be something as simple as calling on your neighbor who might need some help. There are also, if you're local to Austin, there is an amazing organization, and I think they have it in Houston as well, called Generation Served. I think it's generationserved.org. They have a calendar available to the public that has volunteer opportunities all through the month. So go check that out and make sure that you and your family have committed to service within your community. That's, I think, one of the best ways to improve the world around us. All right, number 3 is to connect to your spiritual side. I'm not sure if this is new to many of you, but something that I would highly recommend. There is thoughts that joining or understanding and connecting to something larger than yourself can increase feelings of compassion and peace, which I don't know about you, but is something that I am always willing to have more of within my life. Meditation is a powerful way to connect with our spiritual side. It can help us to repave some of our neural pathways to thinking in better, more positive ways. And obviously that can add more joy to your life. So I am happy to talk more about spiritual practices. If you're interested, just let me know. All right, the next is to discover something new. Our brains are wired to learn and to grow, and joy is found in something that's novel, something that we've never tried before. So if you've ever thought about cooking or taking a painting class, I would encourage you to do that as you look for ways to incorporate joy into your life. Learn something new and believe that no matter where you are in your life, you can learn something new and that will elicit joy. Next up, give yourself permission to take a few minutes each day to feel joy. Dance your favorite song, smile like a goofball, spend some time in gratitude for all the cool things that are in your life. And if you take just a tiny bit of time, I guarantee you that you will find things that you can be thankful for. You can start by the running water that's in your house, or the fact that you have cover over your head when it's raining outside. So you can start very simply, but I would assume that there's a whole lot more that you can pull into that daily practice of just thinking about the things that you can be so grateful for that will pull joy from your soul as well. If you are feeling blah, maybe you're sitting at work and you're bored, you can check out NPR's Joy Generator. I highly recommend this. It's the coolest little app, I guess, where they've got little segments of things that you can tap into, such as cute animal videos, or it's a writing prompt for joyful thoughts, and there's a painting app that just allows you to draw and get a little bit creative, again, to spark joy. And they are backed by some pretty significant research. At the University of Leeds, they showed that showing 30-minute montages of cute animals reduced the stress of university students, as well as lowered their blood pressure and heart rate, and they found that anxiety dropped. So how easy is that to spend time looking at cute animal montages? And if somebody complains about that, just let them know that you're working on your health. Highly recommend you checking that out. It's the NPR Joy Generator. All right, next way to find joy is to commit to paying attention to the good. So developing a mindset of practicing finding the good things in your life, whether that's everyday beauty. If you just take a leaf off of a tree and look at the intricacy of what's going on within that beautiful life form, it's pretty miraculous, and it's an easy way just to kind of be a little bit in awe and joyful about your surroundings. There's also things that you can think about, like the kindness of a stranger, or going out of your way to make sure that you're kind to a stranger. What about, you're being warm on a chilly morning? That's depending on what time of year you're watching this. It may be 1,000 degrees in Texas, but maybe it's the cool breeze that interrupts a really hot, sweaty afternoon. So putting yourself in a mindset where you're going to pay attention to the things that bring you joy on a daily basis. All right. The next is a big one. It's limiting the negativity that's in your life that you can control. So I personally only check on the news occasionally. I let my husband kind of help keep me up to date, but I find that helps my mental state quite a bit. And I have the luxury of doing that. There's no question. But there's also things that you can do personally that you can control. Think about cutting the gossip from your life. Not a lot good comes from that. It's not putting out a good energy into the world, and it's really not serving you, certainly not serving the person that you're talking about, and it's not serving the people that you're telling. It kind of creates a bit of a negative energy flow, which I do not recommend. Similarly, the people that you surround yourself with, if you find yourself in toxic friendships, if you have toxic family members, do your best to put boundaries up and limit the interaction the negative interaction that you might have, because believe it or not, you are impacted by the energy that you surround yourself with. So if you are witnessing a whole lot of negativity in the people that are around you, it's very likely that you'll take from that, and your mindset can be shifted into something a bit more negatively. The glorious part about that is anytime I see something like that, the actual opposite is very available. And that is surrounding yourself with people who are more positive, who do look at life more as the glass half full. And that's also a choice, who you spend your time with. So limiting the negative inputs is going to be a really good way to keep some of that joy flowing in your life. All right, the next thing is checking with your doctor. If you're feeling blah and it's not like you, or you're concerned about it might be something other than your external circumstances, check in to see maybe your medicines are causing some of this blah feelings. Maybe you could be updating your nutrition in ways that can help you feel better. So check in with your doctor to see if they have any suggestions if you're not feeling your best. Okay, the next thing I would think is almost one of the most important, and that is focus on the things that bring meaning to your life. What an amazing way to add joy. Making space in your life for meaning is, I believe, one of the most important things we can do, because this is our one and only precious life. Focus on the things that are meaningful to you. Think about those things that you want to say yes to. If it's an maybe or a no, move it out. Focus on the things that will help you to be your very best self. It's a shift in mindset, like we've talked about, but it can be very, very impactful. One of the most important ways to find joy is something that I think you will find in all of the teachings that I have. And that is to eliminate your limiting beliefs. And what does that mean? It means that we have a whole lot of stories and beliefs that we have chosen within ourselves, whether it was because we were taught, whether it's because we have lived a life that provides enough evidence that we believe in them. But a lot of times those beliefs do not serve us. Let's take something super simple like I am not a runner and I cannot run. If you cannot prove it in a court of law, it is not true. So my offer to you is to check on those limiting beliefs. Make sure that the things that you're telling yourself are not limiting you from having some type of joy within your life. Whether that's adding those new things in, being able to exercise, being in gratitude for certain things. Make sure that the stories that you're telling yourself and the beliefs that you hold are serving you to live your very best life. If they are not, if you can find that they are actually not true, you can change them. You can decide that you want to have a different story. You want to have a different belief. You want to believe that you can, in fact, cook a meal for someone. If that is your choice, you can get started. Maybe you're not going to be an amazing, Michelin chef the first time that you go out and do it, but I promise you, you will get better as you practice. So add joy in your life by eliminating those beliefs that are keeping you back. All right, so we've talked about some ways to find joy. I assume that you have an idea that joy is a good thing, but let's talk a little bit about the benefits of incorporating more joy in your life. I will give you an obvious one. You will feel good. You probably will smile. Being in joy allows you not to take things so seriously. And in the world today, that is really important. There's a lot of heavy stuff that we have to experience every single day. And allowing joy helps us to see the things that are serious versus those things that really are not. Joy can strengthen your immune system. I know that this is scientific. Your mental state has a big impact on your health. It has an impact on your stress levels, the level of anxiety and depression that we have. So the more joy that we can cultivate in our life, the better off we will be. Being in joy can also help you live longer, and I hope that you do that. And my hope for you is that if you're going to live longer, you might as well be happy. So I hope that you use some of these ideas for incorporating joy into your life and that it serves you and the people around you very well. Thank you again so much from the bottom of my heart for being here. I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Love, Lisa Owen.